What would Eamon McThomas make of all this? He died in I think it was 2003, 2002, and he did back in 1978. I think it was spring of '78. He walked around Dublin, and in his own characteristic way talked about his reminiscences and the characters in Dublin. And an episode I watched last night was Beyond the Loop Line. Loop Line being the bridge over the Liffey at Tara Street, connecting up Tara with Connolly Station. But it's only in recent decades that this whole area has developed. I suppose looking at the Point Depot, that was the start of it really, the East Link Bridge, and just emerged from there. The Point Depot was taken over by Harry Crosby and turned into a concert venue, but still had the aesthetic of its railway depot right up into the 2000s, 2012 when it was redeveloped. I mean, the front of it is still from 1878, but so it was in use for approximately over 100 years, not so much in the 80s, and then it was the first concert, Melissa Etheridge in 1988, Huey Lewis. Not my type of music, but there you go. I saw some good concerts there over the years. Saw the Orb, the Waterboys, and this year the RTE Orchestra performing Bowie's music, which was phenomenal. That was just incredible. Bowie's former band member Sterling Campbell, Mark Platy, Gail Ann Dorsey, and the legend that is Jerry Leonard. Phenomenal. But times change. Yeah, just past Misery Hill, which is featured in that little documentary. I'll put up a link up, and where hangings took place, and so it was like a leper colony as well. He talks about that in the documentary. But one thing you notice about him walking down here is like back then, 50 years ago, nearly 50 years ago, was the amount of activity down here with the cranes and offloading the ships right here where I am at the moment, both sides of the Liffey, north and south, and all that's gone. There was a boat that would have taken people across the Liffey, and that stopped in 1984. And then you would have had the coal yards and all the gasworks along here as well. And Windmill Lane Studios is around the corner where U2 recorded all their early albums. But as most European cities worldwide, the docklands become regenerated, so it loses its soul really. You know, there's very little of the old Dublin up here. The Northwall Station closed in 1922. The hotel that the Black and Tans occupied, and certain buildings along here are still from that Victorian era. And there's a big cruise ship here, big container ships. But the bridge itself, the East Wall Bridge, is hardly ever opened. I think with the Samuel Beckett Bridge, I don't think that's boats can't go beyond that, whereas before they used to go right down to the customs house. The Guinness ships, as a kid I remember in the 70s and 80s, the Lady Patricia near Tara Street Station, and all that's gone. So anyway, running out of juice. Let's see if I can get around the corner. See the rusted rails from where the cranes used to navigate. Let's see if I can get up here. U2's Loria video was recorded up here. I did a video of that. That was 1981. That was the old Docklands. That was a handy location for them. It was just around the corner from Windmill Lane Studios for them to make that video. So there's no cranes down here. There's cranes in the sky with a building going on, not the cranes along the docks, but beyond the East Link Bridge there's plenty of cranes, both sides of all shapes and sizes. So that's where all the activity is. Here we go, Grand Canal Docks. So it's this is where the Dollar River meets the Liffey and the Grand Canal. Oh, it's fantastic to have this. There's Ringsend, or Raid Town as locals would call it. We're followed area from the great band, the Blades, who actually U2 supported in the Bag It In, the iconic venue in the late 70s. There we go, beautiful.